When you have that bambula rhythm, when I play the trumpet, I feel a connection to New Orleans. It gave me my first way to express myself beyond my voice. It's just a connection to my culture that I can vocalize my feelings, which is just joy. Through my church with Marcellus, I would go to the studio with him. It was that foundation that allowed me to go into black bars for the first time. Eventually playing in Little People's Place in 1995, where I played with Wynton Marsalis, members of the Charles Mingus Big Band. And it's an experience that I couldn't have got anywhere else but New Orleans. As long as you had your horn was your pass to everything. And it's when Hurricane Katrina happened, black bars started disappearing, that I felt a deep neglect and regret that people coming after me wouldn't or couldn't have those experiences that, like I said, only happen in New Orleans. My Vanishing Black Bars and Lounges series started in 2018. One of the photos in the series is of Stephen Elway, who's the owner of Sportsman's Corner, a bar that his grandfather started. And this photo was taken right after his mother died as a result of the coronavirus. You can see his sad eyes at an empty bar, and yet he still decided to persist and keep the doors of that club open. I place my work at two locations, the Ogden Museum of Southern Art, as well as Sweet Lorraine Jazz Club. Sweet Lorraine Jazz Club is located just outside the French Quarter, and it's known for its music. Meeting with attorney Darryl Gray at Sweet Lorraine's was just so important, just to hear him talk about keeping the legacy alive. So Darryl, in my almost 7 years of this project, one of the things I noticed is that most of these bars don't have a succession plan. Can you unpack that a bit for me?
It's a testament to a grander understanding of black ownership, economics, philanthropy, and how all that wraps up into one. Think about when people used to come together to plan for the civil rights movement, and they did those in black restaurants and bars. So we have the responsibility to carry on those legacies.
You know, I was talking to Paul Sylvester, who had the bar before you did, and before that, it was his mother who had Lorraine's Dugout. And I know Paul's a deep historian. Is that one of the things that attracted you to get involved in this business?
Absolutely. You know, understanding legacy and the importance of legacy and what Sweet Lorraine's has been and where it can go is really the main thing that attracted us to it. You know, we understand how important it is to preserve the legacy, and the baton has to be passed to somebody that can take it to the next level and be a part of the next generation. And we're very pleased and proud to be a part of the growth of that legend.
You know, obviously, this is a premier jazz club. Jazz started here in New Orleans, from Louis Armstrong to Wynton Marsalis, trombone shorty. With Utopia, the talent who's performing today, how do you find and cultivate young talent and have an intergenerational lineup most nights?
You find people like Utopia who's deep into the second line culture. She's an amazing artist, amazing young woman, and you want to be in a position to give those people a space and a stage and a platform to continue to grow and build and mature in this ongoing fabric of what New Orleans is for the rest of the world. You know, jazz did start here, and the history in jazz runs so deep, and it's the authenticity that you get from coming in these doors. You know, creating a space to where the narrative is presented from the people who created the story.
What's happening? How you feeling? All right. Good to see you. I just wanted to chat with you before you started your set. And how long have you been playing?
Since I was 9 years old.
Wow. You know, a term you hear in Black American music or jazz a lot is a young lion. So I would say you're a young lioness. Tell me about that intergenerational aspect that you're bringing.
New Orleans is the birthplace of jazz. I took the Louis Armstrong approach, basically going off of feeling.
Is every note planned, or do you plan to improvise a little bit tonight?
Well, it won't be to the extent where I'm going to make it a business to improvise, because you don't have to do that in jazz.
No.
Whatever is in you comes out automatically anyway.
I'm a very quiet person, so I feel like when words fail, music speaks. I'm telling my story with my instrument.